What would you say if an unmarked car with flashing lights tried to pull you over on a dark road, and you had no way of knowing if it was a real cop or a predator in disguise? That one moment of uncertainty could save your life or cost you everything, and most drivers have no idea what to do when those lights appear behind them. The wrong decision can get you kidnapped, robbed, or worse. Hit that subscribe button right now, because what I'm about to show you could save your life the next time you see those flashing lights in your rearview mirror. This is not fear-mongering, this is real. Criminals have used fake police cars to pull over innocent victims, and I'm going to show you the exact steps that keep you safe. Subscribe right now or you'll forget this when you actually need it during a real traffic stop. So hit that button now, subscribe. Because what you're about to learn is not taught in schools, not on the news, and definitely not by the police. This is the kind of information that could save your life, and I'm giving it to you for free, but only if you stay until the end. Here's what you're about to learn. The one thing you must do before you even think about stopping. Why you should never pull over immediately on a dark road. The Supreme Court ruling that protects your right to keep driving. And the exact words to say when the officer approaches your window. This one tactic has saved lives, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to protect yourself and your family. You'll understand why stopping immediately can be deadly. You'll understand why verification is your best friend, and you'll understand why staying calm is the key to survival. These tactics are not complicated. They are not difficult. They are just steps. But they are steps that can save your life. Let me set the scene for you. You're driving home late at night. The road is empty. It's dark. You're the only car on the highway. Then you see it. Flashing lights in your rearview mirror, red and blue. But here's the problem. It's an unmarked car. No police decals on the doors, no light bar on the roof, just a regular sedan with emergency lights stuck in the windshield or grill. Your heart starts racing. Is it a real cop? Is it a criminal pretending to be a cop? What do? Most people panic. They pull over immediately. They don't think. They just react. That's exactly what the predators want. That's exactly what gets people hurt. The predators count on your fear, they count on your instinct to obey, and that instinct can get you killed. Most people have no idea that you're not legally required to stop immediately for an unmarked vehicle. The law gives you the right to continue driving to a safe, well-lit public location before you pull over. This is not resisting. This is not fleeing. This is protecting yourself. The Supreme Court has upheld your right to take reasonable steps to ensure your safety during a traffic stop. The case is United States versus Sharp, and it says that a traffic stop must be reasonable. Driving a short T distance to a safe location is reasonable. Stopping in the dark on a deserted road is not. This is a constitutional protection that applies to every single American. And you should use it every single time. Let me show you exactly what you do when an unmarked car tries to pull you over. The first tactic is the safety delay. You see the lights? Your instinct says, stop, don't. Here's exactly what you do. You slow down. You turn on your hazard lights. You wave out the window to acknowledge the officer. Then you keep driving, not fast, not erratically, just slow and steady. You drive to the nearest well-lit public place, a gas station, a convenience store, a busy parking lot, anywhere with lights and people. You want to be seen. You want to be safe. You want to be in a place where a predator would never dare to attack. Watch what happens when you do this. A real cop will follow you. They will wait patiently. They understand. They're trained for this. They know that unmarked cars scare people. They know that citizens have the right to be safe. They will follow you to the gas station. They will wait for you to stop. They will approach your car professionally. A fake cop will get nervous. They might flash their lights aggressively. They might try to box you in. They might give up and drive away. That's your first clue. That's your red flag. That's when you call 911. If they try to block you in, that's a huge red flag. Real cops don't do that. Real cops follow and wait. Here's the reality. You have the right to protect yourself. The Supreme Court has made this clear. You are not required to stop in an unsafe location. You can continue driving to a safe place. This is 100% legal. The case is Sharp's, and it says that a traffic stop must be reasonable. Stopping in the dark on a deserted road is not reasonable. Driving to a well-lit gas station is reasonable. Former police officers have confirmed this works. Legal experts agree this is your strongest protection. Defense attorneys use this exact line in court every single day. They know that a citizen who takes reasonable steps to ensure their safety is protected by the Constitution. Let me give you the contrast. Bad way. You see the lights. You panic. You pull over immediately on a dark, deserted road. The person who gets out of the car is not a cop. You're now alone in the dark with a predator. Good way. You see the lights. You slow down. You turn on your hazards. You wave. You drive to a well-lit gas station. You stop. You wait. A real cop follows and waits. You're safe. That's the power of knowing your rights. And it's 100% legal. The Constitution protects you, the courts protect you, and now you know how to protect yourself. Still watching? Good. Drop a like if this is already blowing your mind. Because most people have no idea they can keep driving when an unmarked car tries to pull them over. They think they have to stop immediately. That's not true. And that misconception has cost people their lives. Share this with someone you love. They need to know this. They need to know that they have the right to be safe. They need to know that they don't have to obey blindly. They need to know that their safety matters more than a cop's convenience. Now let me show you the second tactic that could save your life. The cop in the unmarked car pulls up behind you at the gas station. You've done the right thing. You've stopped in a safe location. But now you need to verify that this is a real police officer before you roll down your window. Here's exactly what you do. You keep your doors locked. You keep your windows up. You call 911. You say, I'm at this location. An unmarked car just tried to pull me over. Can you confirm this is a real officer? The dispatcher will check. They will tell you if the officer is legitimate. They will tell you to cooperate or to stay put. This is the most important step. This is the step that separates the survivors from the victims. Watch what happens when you do this. The dispatcher confirms it's a real officer. You roll down your window. You cooperate. The officer understands. They know unmarked cars are scary. They've dealt with this before. They won't be offended. They'll appreciate that you took safety seriously. But if the dispatcher says there's no officer in your area, you stay put. You keep your doors locked. You call for help. You don't get out. You don't roll down your window. You wait for real police to arrive. That's how you protect yourself. That's how you survive. Here's the trick they don't want you knowing. You're not required to roll down your window for an unmarked car. You are not required to get out. You are not required to do anything until you're sure this is a real officer. The Fourth Amendment protects you from unreasonable seizures. An unmarked car with no visible identification is unreasonable. You can wait, you can verify, you can protect yourself. This is 100% legal. Defense attorneys use this exact line in court. Former police officers have confirmed this works. They know that citizens have the right to be safe. They know that verification is not disrespect, it's protection. Let me give you the contrast. Bad way. You stop. A man in plain clothes walks up. He flashes a badge quickly. He tells you to get out. You comply. He's not a cop. He kidnaps you. Good way. You stop at a gas station. You keep your doors locked. You call 911. The dispatcher confirms it's a real officer. You roll down your window. You cooperate. You're safe. That's the power of verification. And it's 100% legal. Have you ever been pulled over by an unmarked car? Drop a comment below and tell me what happened. If you've ever been scared by a fake cop, let me know. Your story might save someone else's life. I read every single comment. Your voice matters. Your experience matters. And together, we can make sure that no one else falls victim to this terrifying trap. If you've ever wondered what you should do, now you know, and now you can share that knowledge with others. Now let me show you the third tactic that ends the stop safely. The officer has been confirmed. You roll down your window. He asks for your license and registration. You hand them over. Then he asks the question, why did you keep driving? Most people panic. They stutter. They say, I didn't know you were real. That's a mistake. The smarter move is to say, Officer, I was pulling over to a safe location. I saw an unmarked vehicle and I wanted to make sure I was safe. That's it. Short, honest, professional. The officer will understand. They've heard it before. They know that unmarked cars are scary. They know that citizens have the right to be safe. And they'll respect you for taking safety seriously. Listen closely because this is critical. You are not required to answer any other questions. If the officer asks where you're going, you can say, Officer, I'm not answering that question. If he asks to search your car, you can say, Officer, well, I do not consent to any searches. The same tactics that work for marked cars work for unmarked cars. The only difference is you have the right to verify their identity. And that right is protected by the Constitution. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be aggressive. Just be firm. Just be calm. Just know your rights. Let me give you the contrast. Bad way. You stutter. You make excuses. You look guilty. The officer gets suspicious. He asks more questions. He searches your car. Good way. You stay calm. You say, I was pulling to a safe location. You answer basic questions. You refuse to answer investigative questions. You say, I do not consent. The officer moves on. You get a ticket or a warning. You drive away. That's the power of staying calm. Most people already clicked away. If you're still here, you're in the top 10%. Drop a comment saying, I'm still here, so I know you're serious. Because what comes next is the part that saves your life. The unmarked car tactic is not just about fake cops. It's about real cops who are unprofessional. It's about undercover officers who don't identify themselves. It's about the fact that you have the right to be safe. And you should use that right every single time. Your safety is not optional. Your safety is the most important thing. And now you know how to protect it. Now let me tell you the legal framework behind all of this. There are 3 cases you need to know. The first is United States versus Sharp. That case says a traffic stop must be reasonable. Driving to a safe location is reasonable. The second is Terry v. Ohio. That case says you can be stopped for brief questioning, but you don't have to answer investigative questions. The third is Brenlin versus California. That case says a traffic stop ends when the officer finishes his business. You can leave when the stop is over. These three cases give you everything you need to survive a traffic stop from an unmarked car: the right to safe location, the right to silence, and the right to leave. These are not loopholes. They are constitutional protections that apply to every single American. And let me walk you through a real scenario. You're driving home late at night. An unmarked car with lights tries to pull you over. You slow down. You turn on your hazards. You wave. You drive to a well-lit gas station. You stop. You keep your doors locked. You call 911. The dispatcher confirms it's a real officer. You roll down your window. He asks why you kept driving. You say, "I was pulling to a safe location." He asks where you're going. You say, "Officer, I'm not answering that question." He asks to search your car. You say, "Officer, I do not consent." He writes a ticket. You drive away. You're safe. That's how it should work. That's how it works when you know your rights. Now, let me show you the wrong way. An unmarked car tries to pull you over. You panic. You stop immediately on a dark road. You don't call 911. You roll down your window. The person is not a cop. You're in danger. That's the wrong way. That's why you need to know the right way. Your life is worth protecting. Your family is worth protecting. And now you know exactly how to protect them. Next video, I'm revealing what to say when cops claim they smell marijuana. That's the most dangerous situation, because once they say that, they can search anything. Subscribe right now because that video drops in 3 days, and it's the most requested topic from everyone who watches this channel. You do not want to miss it. That one tactic alone has saved people from felony charges. So hit that subscribe button right now. Do it before you forget. Do it before you scroll away. Because the next video could be the one that saves your freedom. If you're not subscribed, you'll miss it. And that could be the difference between driving away free or sitting in handcuffs. Here's your quick recap of what you learned today. 1. Never stop immediately for an unmarked car on a dark road. 2. Drive to a well-lit public location. 3. Call 911 to verify the officer. 4. Keep your doors locked and windows up until verified. 5. Stay calm and use the same tactics as a regular stop. These 5 tactics are your legal shield. Use them every single time. They are not complicated. They are not difficult. They are just steps. But they are steps that can save your life. Hit subscribe so you catch next week's video on drug dog searches. Smash that like button if this video just saved you from a future arrest. And drop a comment telling me which tactic you'll use first the next time an unmarked car tries to pull you over. Was it the safety delay, the 911 verification, or the refusal to answer questions? Let me know. Stay safe out there, and remember, you have the right to be safe. Don't let anyone take that away from you. Your life is worth protecting, and now you know exactly how to protect it. Stay strong, stay informed, and never stop protecting what's yours.